Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. I thank you again for joining me. Hey, today I just want to do an introduction to the both books, First and Second Kings in the Old Testament. I just want to give a little for beginners out there. If you guys are interested in Scripture and you want to learn what the books are about, whatever, I'm the one that's here doing it. So I want to read a little bit about First and Second Kings, just like an introduction to it. And I encourage you guys, even the people that are well versed in it, go ahead and just, study through both books again. But here we go. Hey, the composition date was in between 560 and 550 BCE. Says here, while Jewish tradition credits Jeremiah as the author of both First and Second Kings, this is widely debated among biblical scholars. Other possible authors include Ezra and Ezekiel. The book of First Kings is the sixth of 12 books categorized as history. The name of the book derives from the Hebrew Melakhim, meaning kings. The first and second books of Kings were originally one book, which was later divided by the translators of the Septuagint. It begins with Solomon's ascension to the throne and concludes with the reign of Ahaziah, king of Israel. The first 11 chapters focuses on Solomon, highlighting both his achievements and failures. We see Solomon's prayer for wisdom and the construction of the first temple. Scripture records in the 11th chapter that Solomon married many foreign women, roughly 700 wives and 300 concubines, which is too much for me, contrary to the law, who turned his heart away from Yahweh to the worship of other mighty ones. As a result of this neglect, the prophet Ahijah prophesies to Jeroboam that Yahweh would tear the kingdom from Solomon. The last 11 chapters cover the division of the northern and southern kingdoms after the death of Solomon, so Israel and Judah respectively, and the ascension of Solomon's son Rehoboam over Judah. Perhaps more than any other character in the Bible, Solomon represents the greatest dichotomy. He was blessed with incredible wisdom, but had not the wisdom to foresee his own end. He had humility and sincere desire to obey, only to be guilty in the end of doing evil in the sight of Yahweh. This verifies that wisdom alone is not sufficient for salvation. Along with wisdom, a person must have the heart to obey Yahweh's word. Blessed is the man or woman who obeys from the sincere and fervent heart, like his father David. Solomon was one of the greatest Old Testament types of Yeshua. While David symbolizes Yeshua's millennial reign, Solomon typifies Yeshua's post-millennial reign when New Jerusalem descends from Yahweh out of heaven. David gathered the materials for the temple that would be built by his son Solomon. Driven by an enthusiasm for building the temple he would never see, may we, with the same selfless desire, leave to our children the righteous principle necessary to create their lives as living temples. Now we go to the Second Kings here. More than any other, the book, this is the most tragic national record ever written. It is a book about Israel's and Judah's dispersion, following many cases of corrupt leadership among Israel's kings. All 19 kings of the northern 10 tribes were bad. Of the 20 kings of Judah, 8 were good or mostly good. A few stand out as stellar kings who loved Yahweh, the most notable of these being Hezekiah and Josiah. The 10 northern nations, originally led by Jeroboam, were conquered by the Assyrians in 722 BCE. About 150 years later, Judah, along with the tribe of Benjamin, were conquered by the Babylonians. Perhaps the greatest scriptural lesson from this book is the tragedy of bad leadership. Solomon wrote, "The way of transgressors is hard." Proverbs 13, verse 15. We see it on a national scale in 2 Kings. Most leaders in power lack the integrity, high moral, and spiritual character to govern righteously. This truth has been from the beginning of civilization to the modern day. Whether a monarch, democracy, oligarchy, or socialism, all human governments suffer from the same ailment, the failure of leadership to follow the scriptural principles of Yahweh's word. And that is true today. Bad leadership today. And that's just like, it's been like that since the beginning of civilization. We're blessed and lucky to have good leaders for our nations and countries. Once in a while, we're very blessed. But the bad ones come in, the bad apples come in. So that was my look on First and Second Kings, and I hope you guys study them books. In the old times they were basically one book, like it said earlier. It was one book, but translators split it up for some reason. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And anyways, that's all I want to say right now. And I thank you guys for tuning in to me, and also, please comment below. Let me know what you think. And also give me a big thumbs up. Hit that notification bell and also subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I really would. And also watch my other videos, by the way. I got many other videos. Whatever piques your interest, go for it. Thank you again. Bye.